Welcome to SunDogs Present Local Vibes. We are SunDogs, your two favorite canines.
Bow wow, babies.
With the gruesome twosome, the brothers hound, Flyboys.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, oh yeah. How are you? Welcome back. Instagram at SunDogsTC. The Facebook page the Facebook page for the radio show is SunDogs Present Local Vibes.
We are sitting down with RZ Shahid.
Yes.
Good to have you. Thank you so much.
For coming through.
Appreciate you having.
And the social medias have switched up, your reps told us. We have at RZ Shahid X on Instagram and Twitter.
Correct.
At RZ Shahid on Facebook.
Yep.
And then RZ Shahid. This is SHAHID.com. It's the personal website.
Yeah.
And then artofxanadu.com. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that here later on in the show.
Indeed.
That's Xanadu, if you don't know how to spell Xanadu, you jabroni.
Before us, you were listening to the 94.1 FM WFNU-LP music rotation. If you are a local artist in Minnesota and you've got clean radio-edited music, send it to station manager at wfnu.org.
If you have that radio-edited hip-hop or R&B music, you send that to the Flyboys, SunDogs, at sundogstc@gmail.com.
Local Vibes, obviously, every Friday from 6 to 7. After us is
Beneath the Remains.
That's right. It's every Friday at 7 p.m. And then after that, Get the Gravy Hot with Gall Dagburn at 9, I guess.
Every Friday at 9, and then every Friday at 10 is Basic Beats with DJ Dom Terrace.
And closing out your Friday is Club 120 Plus with Sid DeLuca.
Make sure to catch the Midday Escape with Philip Gracia, both Friday and Saturdays at noon.
And the morning program with Dr. Rick Burnett, weekdays at 7 a.m.
Wednesdays at 7 a.m., The Extra Dimension with Ian R. Buck, Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
The 9:45 show is at 9:45, Saturdays and Wednesdays.
T. Frazier's Motivational Talks, Thursdays at 3 p.m.
Hits and History of the 60s, 70s, and 80s with Dr. Rick Burnett is live, 8 a.m. on Mondays, and the replay is every midnight, or every day at midnight.
Funk to Your Ears, Tuesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Shout out the station managers for doing a great job, getting great programs on the air, not kicking us off the air. We appreciate it. Thank you for everything.
And thank you. There's a few other shows that, in my mind, really highlight some of the great talent we have here in the Twin Cities, including the Sota Sound radio show.
Mm-hmm.
The B&D crew, Nacho Suave and Half Pint, co-host that every Wednesday at 5 p.m., I believe. So otherwise, you can just look up Sota Sound, SOTA radio on Facebook.
Chopping Up with Pops. He interviews hip-hop individuals from the TC. Check that out on Facebook.
The Minneapolis podcast on YouTube, hosted by the Heartbreak Kid, Logan Michaels.
Live every Friday on Mixcloud is the DJ Buster Baxter Show.
Nice. And the Walrus the Human Show that also can be found, on the B&E music page on YouTube.
That's right. And we want to shout out Ashley Marie because she was doing stuff on Frogtown Radio before us and has been an inspiration. I think she's interviewing folks on her Instagram page. So check that out.
Nice.
Black Matrix or Trippy Styles or
With a Z.
any of the bajillion On My Grind Fashion. Any of it. She's all over the place.
If you're just tuning in, we have RZ Shahid coming up in our local artist spotlight. More information can be found at RZ Shahid X on Instagram and Twitter, at RZ Shahid on Facebook, rzshahid.com, and again, check out the artofxanadu.com. Last week, we were sitting down with X. Next week, we're sitting down with Nikki Gwiggs. You can listen to all archived episodes of SunDogs Present Local Vibes. That has exclusive content, interviews. You can find that on Spotify, YouTube, and anchor.fm/localvibes.
There's 4 ways you can listen live to the show, which is, again, Fridays at 6 p.m., 94.1 on your dial, wfnu.org/live, the Live 365 app, and you just search for WFNU, or YouTube now. What up?
Live.
Live.
Every Friday at 6 p.m., replays Mondays at 3 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m. That's when you want to give us a call. Drop us a line on the studio line.
651-313-5125 any Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. We'll be on the other end of that line.
651-313-5125 is the studio line. This isn't our cell number.
We're not here any of the other times, so I don't know who's going to pick up the phone.
If you don't swear, we'll put you on the air. 651-313-5125. We know you got a question for RZ Shahid.
Exactly. If you want to announce any events as well, we always like those. I think we got some open mics we're going to tell you about too.
Oh, exactly. We've got the Urban Lights open mic every first Thursday of the month. That's at Urban Lights over in St. Paul, hosted by Vlad G and the homie aka Kobe. 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's my ride.
Every first Thursday. The freight room. Sorry, ignore what I just said. Starting right now, listen to what I say. The Freight Room open mic is at the Depot Coffee House in Hopkins. Every Tuesday, hosted by Good Boy, and that's just out in Hopkins there, and get out there.
If you're looking for a good time, every Monday at the Red Sea in Minneapolis, DJ Cam Jones is holding down the fort. I'd call it a variety show.
Yeah, this week it's Thanksgiving is the name of the show this Monday.
Okay, I'm aptly named.
Give thanks.
Shout out DJ Cam Jones. Hope you're doing well. That's every Monday from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yes.
I think we're going to get right into the music.
Right into the music.
Right into the
interview.
Yeah, excuse me.
Thanks for waiting patiently. Did you have any podcasts that you want to shout out that you know of that kind of do the hip-hop thing?
Not locally.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just want to make sure we're not missing anybody because we'll share. We're not trying to be the only.
Actually,
podcast.
take that back. Say No More podcast.
Very cool. Say No More podcast.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, check that out as well.
Where is that? Where can that be found?
I think it's Say No Mo, like no M-O.
Yeah.
I think it's _ podcast. I could be wrong, but should be
Very
by
cool.
Wayne. Yeah.
Check it
I
out.
don't remember the ad off top.
No worries. Thank you for being able to conjure up that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Making our show better.
RZ Shahid.
It is
Well. Look what the dog dragged in.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow,
Yes.
exactly. As usual, we always wish that we record the conversations we have before we go live on air. And again, I apologize if it's tedious and repetitious.
We talk more about it, but we're spilling a lot of good beans, and we're going to need to share those beans with everybody else.
Last time we had you on the show was over a year ago. It was October of 2020, excuse me.
Damn.
And that was right, I believe, as She had been dropped.
Yeah.
Dropping that day?
Yeah, dropped
10-9?
Same day, yeah.
And yeah, I remember talking a lot about that, and I remember talking a little bit about the People's Protection Coalition. I'm not sure if you're still involved or if they're still as active.
To my knowledge, it hasn't been but I feel like we're still doing stuff certain collectively, but it's not as like a lot of people moved out of state, so we're not all like together running this and that. So we just kind of been spreading word about other stuff's going on, who needs help here and there, and where to gather, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
The humanitarian efforts of RZ Shahid. So you've been staying busy. It was the overall thing I got from talking with you before the show.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, you were mentioning you've been working as a producer kind of on some film projects. A little behind the scenes action. What roles in particular do you enjoy?
Honestly, I mean, those ones I wasn't even I was producing much. I was a crew. So I was helping.
A PA, if you will.
Yeah, something like that.
Production assistant.
I was helping my guy Connor out behind the scenes.
Behind the films with RZ.
Working on different music videos that aren't mine. So it's like, it's pretty cool being on a different side that wasn't in front of the camera. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
you're probably getting some good ideas for yourself, what you want to do, or, a little better at thinking about when you have an idea for a music video, how to explain that to the person making it, since you're the one
I definitely
who's
learned that because like I live with him, so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, good to know. This is what you need. Next time I got an idea.
Instead of it's like, I want it to look like blah blah blah. It's like, no. You need to tell me camera angles and lighting.
Do you guys have a good shorthand?
Yeah.
Can you just say, oh, well, in the blah 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 video, or that one scene from Pulp Fiction, or versus being like, nope, we're doing a cowboy from a 2-lens, and
No, we definitely. I mean, we use like references and stuff. Something like this, or like I might see something and I'll show them. This is like kind of what I was talking about, and thinking of something similar to that. And, well, yeah, we could do something like that, and then from there it's like writing up the script or idea, treatment, whatever you want to call it. So.
And I mean, I don't mean to reveal too much about your personal life, but you live with one of your main collaborators, especially with film.
Yeah.
How has that hindered creativity at all, or have you guys gotten over that BS, if any?
No, I mean, there hasn't really been an issue. Like I said, he does his own thing, I do my own thing, and then we come together as we need to. We always talk about ideas and goals and things along those lines.
So him eating your crunch berries wouldn't affect the music video.
Nah.
Or he wouldn't. he wouldn't do that. Is what you're saying.
Honestly, we be sharing food in the crib all the time. So like, I don't think anybody's ever like, nah, don't eat that.
You guys must actually be friends then.
Yeah, we were actually friends.
Consensual food sharing, or it's kind of understood unless you label it, anyone can eat it.
Yeah, and then even like that, it's like we label it. Oh yeah, can I sip this? And I'm like, sure, go ahead. Like nobody's ever said no to my knowledge. Like, nah, don't touch that.
Maybe that's the underlying issue. Maybe that's what holding all you guys back as artists.
The word no.
You guys are being stingy.
No, I'm just kidding. That's just, I've never experienced anything like that. I've never been around people all the time.
We're not even like we all have like similar
vibes
in a sense. So like we'll come out, like kick it for a little bit, and then we might all just end up like in our rooms chilling until we all go like grab a snack or something like that, and then we're like, oh, what's up? And go back.
Yeah, you were saying, but again before the show, that you're just getting the music back in gear because you've been focused a little bit more on the film stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been not even just like focused on film, just life in general. So I've been focused on me kind of regrouping after the long year and all that jazz, and still, I mean, going on. So it's like just rebalancing my life and getting back into like the work stuff after the what you call it, unemployment stuff went down. I was like, dang, all right, back into that. But honestly, I would say I've just been taking time to like live life and like get inspired. Things along those lines. Like I still was writing and stuff, and might have like I had songs like written in my head for the most part too. Like I know like, okay, I got this beat, I like that. I already got a hook there. I just haven't physically written it or recorded it, but like I know exactly what I'm gonna do when I get around to like that type of energy to do so.
Nice. Yeah, just living life, writing rhymes, doing it, but not on the crazy pace that you were doing before. But now you're ramping back up into it. About to be, I mean, at least I would expect, phenomenal rollouts from here on out. You've set the bar pretty high for yourself on that, so
oh my
you're
goodness.
gonna need to have the photography and the videos and the previews and the single dropping and project dropping and project sounds tight all together and getting one guy to produce the whole thing and it's getting tighter and tighter. So
and you said trial and error?
Yeah.
That's
pretty much all it is trial and error. And then wanting to learn more, like, okay, well, what could I be doing? Or, not believing, like, I think another thing, like, it might hinder folks back is, like no idea is necessarily too big, per se, or if you can't afford that budget and finding your way around that, like, how could I do this until I can do X, Y, Z?
Exactly. And then from my experience, that's some of the best part of creating art, especially larger scale projects, is like, all right, this is just creative obstacle after creative obstacle. I mean, you can call it a financial obstacle, but
I hate to job interview you here, but what is one difficult obstacle that you've overcame recently?
That's funny.
It sounds just like a job interview.
Mr. Shahid.
Yeah.
My biggest weakness is I have no weaknesses.
No, but you were
I'm just
talking about
kidding,
like
but
budgets and stuff like that. Is there anything that you wish you could have done and then you found a cool way around it?
outside of, I mean, obstacles being like having the capital to do everything you want to do, because like none of that's cheap at all. Like it might just be like 500 for like a basic setup type deal, but if you want to do this sliding, bring this people, act, whatever the case may be, like it can just keeps going up and up. So outside of the obvious, which most independent artists deal with, is like that budget issue. It's like, oh, but I found my way kind of like around that. You know, it's working, saving, and then again finding people who want to collaborate with me to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the main quote unquote setback has been my own self. So
Okay.
Has that changed at all from pre-COVID to now you're stuck with yourself in a room and you kind of need to face yourself artistically, emotionally, mentally? Have you gotten a little harsher on yourself musically since COVID, or a little bit more lenient on yourself and more confident?
I would say in the midst of, because I mean, we're still in COVID, but
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Yeah, worse
But,
than it's
like,
been all year right now in
guess
Minnesota here.
I would say that in the midst of like the rampant rise of it, I definitely was probably more lenient with myself because I really like I said, shit, I think I was talking about, I finished that back maybe like February, March, and then was planning on dropping that like within that summer. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So, and then I was just sitting on the project and I was like, okay, well, I guess I could drop it this fall, whatever. Kind of went from there. But for the most part, like wasn't focused on really creating music. Like I had ideas. I listened to music and like I listened to a lot of podcasts actually more. Listening to music for a period of time. I was doing that and like reading way more. But it was just kind of, wasn't really focused too much on music. Like, I'm just gonna live life. I was, like I said, working, going out crazy with the PPC, doing all that. So like my head was just everywhere else outside of like creating, because you're dealing with, you know, this real life stuff. It's all in your backyard right in front of you. So it's like dealing with that. And then I would say probably within the last like month or two is probably when I got a lot more strict. So
Sorry about that. We got to take a break here in about 30 seconds.
We'll get right back into that for the FCC. That's
sure.
AHHSHII. We're not swearing, so don't get any funny ideas.
Give us a call, 651-313-5125, SunDogs TC, as well as RZ Shahid X. We'll be right back with more RZ Shahid here on SunDogs Present
Local Vibes.
Welcome back to SunDogs Present Local Vibes. We are joined in the doghouse by RZ Shahid yet again. I believe this is your third appearance?
Maybe third.
Second for sure.
I know it's definitely been two. No, it might be three then. Cause I know I was there once before I dropped that last project.
My producers are shaking their head. They're saying you should know this. I'm sorry. We'll look it up during the break. Before we came back, we were talking about some of the podcasts that you've been doing. You said FPS or frames per second.
Yeah. So like frames per second.
Kind of like a television film one.
Yeah. Is the mic still on? Just if you like funny stuff, hip hop related content, things along those lines. Talk about what's going on in the world. What else? The Need to Know podcast. I've been diving into them heavy. I listen to Rory and Maul's podcast. I still listen to the Joe Budden podcast. So like, I'd be diving in different podcasts.
Yeah,
and
keeping it diverse.
I got one that I listen to strictly for like music business. It's called the Music Business Podcast. And then there's, I think it's like Ari Hernstan or something like that for like music stuff. So maybe interviewing folks.
Nice. And yeah,
Makes
me look bad to ask what kind of questions they're asking on their podcast, but what kind of questions they ask on that podcast?
It just depends on who the artist is, so like, or who the person is that they have on there. So like, they might have like a head of a record label on there. They might have like somebody that's a creative director on there. So it's not always just like the artist on there.
Gotcha.
Like,
so they have A&R rep.
Yeah.
They've got cool.
So I'm just learning more so about like everybody else's positions outside of what just the artist is doing.
That's what I love about a film commentary. Sometimes there'll be 9 commentaries. We'll have the actors, the director, and the writer, the writer of the screenplay, the writer of the novel, the sound guy, the costume guy, you know what I mean? So And what was the name of that one again?
Which one?
The one about the music industry.
Oh, the one is actually called the Music Business Podcast. Is what it's called.
Easy.
And then there's like, I think it's called RZ Takes. So he like interviews different. He does a lot of like, I noticed he does like a lot of music supervisors, and because he preaches like the independence in music business and licensing your work and things along those lines. So
very cool.
The pillars that I'd say people don't even like know until they get nowhere and realize that they've been being duped the whole time.
Yeah.
Like someone stole their stuff.
Yeah, I've learned a lot on there because they talk a lot about like publishing and mechanical royalties and
synchronization.
All the words that some artists are like, what are you talking about? Like, so things along those lines.
And the I assume your company is eventually going to be I mean, from what I understand, it's a multimedia company.
Yeah, that's the goal for sure. Like I said, eventually want to dive more into the film side of things. Like I said, right now I'm just dropping my music and my clothes under my company.
Nice, and that's Artisanadu that we're talking about?
Yep.
Artisanadu AOX gang.
AOX. Oh yeah, I've seen the merch coming out. Yeah. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Can't wait.
Any, I don't want to say revolutions, but any articles of clothing that or any fabrics you've worked with that you've never worked with before on this newer clothing, not line, but
yeah, I mean, I'd say
wave.
The newest thing I've like done, like I was messing with like organic cotton instead of just like, just whatever. Like, so I got like this. This is actually one of them, low key. You can't see it because I got it tucked in. So it's like a blank AOX shirt, kind of.
Nice.
But, oops, my bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's a blank one, but it's like organic cotton from like Pakistan. So I was like, going out there. So
nice. Feels good.
Let me not say going out there. I didn't travel to Pakistan to get this, but
well, we're about to travel to Pakistan to get RZ Shahid handle. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, give me like you're not using it.
Give us a call. 651-313-5125. The country code is 1.
Yeah.
So 1-651-313-5125. If you don't swear, we'll put you on the air.
I just add a little couple underscores. Let me take that. You're not using it. Like.
So you said the AOX gang, if you will, just got the new studio space.
Yeah.
And how are you guys liking that?
It's pretty dope, actually. I was like I never. That's a lie, but. Honestly, I never had a spot, but that's a lie.
Ceilings are tall enough for what you guys need to do?
They're up there. I can't. Those are honestly, you can't jump and touch the ceilings in there. Unless you. Yeah, I don't even think like. I don't care. You can't jump and touch the ceilings in there. So. And
you said you got music recording capabilities, which is also voiceover recording capabilities. Yeah. What about like green screen, chroma key?
I think we actually low-key got the little green screen in we got like the stuff we use in the studio. It's not hung up, but we got it in there. I'm pretty sure it's the stuff that we use for Come Home low-key. We did a little green screen for that when I was like meditating and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
In that spot or
not in that spot. This is like when we drove up to like, I think it was, I can't think of that. It was like up in the Duluth area and it was really cold, but we drove out there to like a beach, set it up there, and it was like a green screen. So I'm like sitting in front of like meditating.
It's not Black Sand Beach, was it?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. It might be.
A little bit north of Duluth.
Yeah, because we went up there
but
and it was like
Superior.
In the winter. Yeah, it was like negative like 5 or something. It was cold as hell.
You gotta get the shot.
Yeah, actually, a common theme in a lot of my videos outside of like a couple of them is that it's been like super cold when I shot them. That's that thing Clean the Dream always talks about. Like, pretty sure with me, he's like probably the coldest he's ever shot a music video when we shot I Need. Because it was cold out there. We was like, all right, go shoot this stuff.
Right, gotta get it.
And I think, especially with
Minnesota, baby.
Lyrically driven music, you can say rap, you can say hip hop, but more lyrically driven music, when you can see non-CGI breath coming off it. It intensifies it.
Oh my, yeah, that was real, yo. That was cold.
Exactly. Excuse me. Just got the studio space. Excuse me. And then you were talking again before we went live about potentially a career or degree or studies in music supervision, music supervisor.
Oh yeah, because I was planning on going to Berkeley to study music supervision.
Is there a school called Berkeley in Minnesota, or are you talking California?
I'm gonna do it online. I'm not about to fly out there. But
tell listeners what a music supervisor does.
I guess to cut down because there's a whole lot that they do, but basically they place music into like film, TV ads, stuff like that. So like if you like the music that was on this show, a music supervisor probably put that together. And usually you'll be able to see like the end of the credits, music supervisor, blah, 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 and then go from there.
And continue.
I was just going to say, I was listening to some NPR show, and they've always got their little songs in between the things. So that's, I mean, I forget who it was. I'm sure look on NPR's website to find that. But if you've got, and they're looking a little less lyrics, more instrumentals, but they want, if you got a good vibe, just send that to them.
Yeah, for sure.
And did that interest come before or after the art shanty involvement?
That came...
Since you're making mixed
after.
CDs.
Yeah, I'd probably say the interest in like music supervision as like me like wanting to like do that probably came after the art shanties last year. But it came more so like because I ended up getting like a sync agent reaching out to me and like doing a little like deal there, and then have another sync agent kind of I'm working with her now as well, but like shop my own work, and I was like, I wonder kind of like the other side of it. So I got like a book too that's like just like in the mind of a music supervisor and by like a known supervisor. But I got into that because I recognized that I like to curate music all the time. Like I'm usually like I'm making a whole bunch of playlists and sending them to my friends, and usually just listen to my playlist because it's got different vibes in there. And then I listen, like especially through all that, I noticed I listen way closely, like in like TV and like movies, like this song's in there, or like whatever they got playing in the background. I'm like I didn't really notice that as much before, but just imagine like this movie just being dead silent, like that'd be trash. Like
yeah.
And speaking of a movie, so right now, if I gave you a 90-minute feature-length film with no music on it, would you go the route of, I'm going to do kind of a song, Tarantino, song, or would you do a score for part of it?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, I think it kind of varies. Ideally, I want to do a lot of crap. So, I mean, I'd say, like, ideally it'd be cool to even, like, create a film or even be a part of a film where I created the soundtrack, curated the soundtrack, even if I'm not, like, on all the songs. You know? Kind of like I think kind of Kendrick kind of did like that, something like that with the Black Panther one where, like, they were, like, curating that. So I'd like to do stuff, like, along those lines. And kind of just put things together. I like to do that.
Yeah, or the, what was the one about the guys in Chicago? Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah,
that soundtrack that they put together for that was crazy.
Who I gotta ask? Who is behind the cartoonification of some of your?
She. Their Blue Pit.
I mean,
I'm talking all these.
They're the same. It's honestly
it's the same. It's been the same artist.
Yeah. Funny enough, they don't have any social media.
No,
so
that's pretty solid.
To my knowledge, I've never been able to find them. So.
But it's been. Is it local?
No, it's somebody. I found them on a different like site. Yeah, and then because I asked them like, yo, like, what's your social this and that, so I give you credit. Like, yeah, no, we're not. I'm like, for real? I'm like,
nope,
okay.
I would never put my name on this.
Don't mention me, please.
Because honestly, I don't even know how. Like, I'd have to like give you a link to like say like show you who the person is. It's like that.
Crazy.
I can't even be like, yeah, look this up.
What are your tips to maintaining a strictly digital professional relationship?
I mean, honestly, we only talk when we need something. So it's like, yo, could you do this? I usually have like a little sketched idea and then talk about like a little budget, and then they usually like send me a sketch because they're pretty quick with it. So they'll send me a sketch within like a week or so, and I'm, oh yeah, I mess with that, and then they'll put their color into it, ask what I need, and I'll ask for edits here and there or whatever the case might be. But
that's
so
nice.
I was like, yo, need this and that. Oh, cool. How fast you need it around here? Okay, I can do that. I do this much. Da 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 da, and then boom.
Yeah, it's nice that they're quick. I know a lot of people during COVID have been doing more and more, like, I'll do my track over here, you do your verse over here, we'll kind of do it without even being in the same studio. Yeah. But sometimes people are slow. Do you ever run into that? I mean, I know
I'm the slow one, so yeah. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Like it's been like, cause even like I was telling y'all like last year, like I wasn't really even this past. Probably this last month or two is when I got back to actually like me recording music. I think earlier this year I recorded a couple tracks and then fell off of that again, but just cause dealing with life. But even with me, it was like I did a feature for like Righteous MC, his last project, or let me not say last project, 'cause he's been dropping music crazy, but
one of the most recent.
his last albums that he dropped. But even that, it was like, send it to me, like, oh yeah, I could do that, and then like had to remind me, like, yo, you still got oh yeah, my bad, and I did my verse, and then went from there. Same thing with like when I did a feature with Juice, like, oh, when you need this by, cool, go from there. And some people might have even asked me before, they never brought it back up again, so they might have never like gotten to it, because like that's kind of like that's on me. I can admit that.
I think everyone can attest to that.
I've been like just in my own world. I was like, so I kind of just fell off. I've been like off the grid. I don't even know what to say.
But I just really respect the consistency of the visuals on these album covers or album art or cover art.
The cover art,
yeah. And then the consistency with some of these producers, whether they're local or not. I think you finding these sweet spots and these collaborators, it really makes your music shine. Not just the auditory aspect, but the visual aspect, both still and the animated cartoons, like the little GIFs, and then the music videos as well.
Appreciate it.
Collaboration's key, and it shines through in your work.
It's definitely saved me a lot of headache and time too, not having to do every little like detail by myself. So it's like, cool, you're cool with this, cool, and start building those relationships from there because y'all work well together, and then
you can't do it by yourself.
Slowly but surely, kind of like building like your little team, or I got like a handful of people I know I can always grab if I need a certain beat or a certain style, or I know I can go to these artists if I need a certain type of art style, or so on and so forth.
Sorry to bring this up again if it's a sore subject about being late, but if you wanted you on a track, how long would you give you to get back to you? Let's try to set an industry standard right now. How long are we giving people to get back to you on a verse?
It depends on when I'm planning on dropping it. If it's like, if I know that, okay, I want this album to be done by within 6 months, then I would like to have the verse back within like at least 3 months, something like that. Because I understand people like, especially this me personally, like people either forget or they're busy doing a bunch of other stuff or they're doing their own stuff or whatever the case might be. So
or making it perfect.
Yeah, things along those lines. So I don't even know. Like I said, when I was off too, it was like when people hit me like, yo, I need it, but I was like, oh, okay, I got you. And then so I think sometimes for me, it's like, I need to know, hey, I need it by this time. Okay, I know, okay, cool. I'm gonna prioritize making sure it's done by then. Otherwise, I'll be like, all right, I got you. And then I'll start doing all my stuff again. And then end up forgetting sometimes. So I was like, yo, oh yeah, my bad. So,
falls to the back of the queue, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing personal. Like I said, I mean, it's weird though, because it kind of depends on how it comes about. Like I'm usually like my friends, if we're kicking it in the studio, or if like homie asks me and I'm like, oh, I'm inspired and I'm in the spot. I'm like, oh yeah, I can definitely do that now. Send something back quick, or we'll make something on the spot type situation. But
depends on the situation.
Yeah, so I can definitely mess with this. Yeah, I'll get to it, and then I might forget to get to it every now and then. So that's definitely my own flaw, but
and yeah, it sounds like you're comfortable with doing it a multitude of ways versus like, nope, I need to get the beat and listen to it by myself in my bathroom with the lights off, and I'll write it, I'll listen to it for 60 minutes until I have my verse.
Yeah, no, I definitely, whatever works. I mean, if I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. So, like, if I'm in a room full of people that make me feel like, I feel like everybody's just like, yo, I'm like, all right, y'all need to chill out.
I'm not going to do this right now.
But, because, like, I did that before when we did, like, the Level Up thing. It was, like, me, Destiny Roberts, Nucky, SJ. Who else was in there? Was it us four? My bad if I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, yeah, it was Trey on there, but he was engineering. I think he produced it as well. But, because even that, we were all in the studio together. And then wrote the verses on the spot type situation. And then, like, SJ came with the hook. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fire. Okay, cool. And then, all right, this is where I'm going to be. All right, cool. So, and then
I love it.
Recorded in there. I think Connor was in there with his camera, video stuff. So, shot us in there. And actually, I think the promo we did, I did, like, the voiceover for that promo.
Nice.
Because I was, like, talking crap with the camera.
I mean,
a different voice going on.
Yeah, can you give us a little example?
Yeah, it was like
a little SunDogs.
It was like what did I say? It was like, you now tuned in to, here we go. You know the vibes. You got Destiny Roberts, SJ, the Afro Interaction, Nucky, RZ Shahid. You know what's going on. Stuff like that.
Just straight MCing it. That's nice.
Who knows? Maybe you'll release a single in that persona.
I might, honestly. There's a lot of things I'm probably going to end up doing. So.
Tell us a little bit about this EP that is on the horizon that you plan on dropping. You said in the next few months.
Yeah. EP, basically, I've been spending the last, year and a half plus, like, I haven't been necessarily recording.
Taking a break in about a minute, sorry.
For sure, yeah. Haven't been recording much, but living life. So these EPs are kind of I guess you could say I'm using those to lead up to my, like, bigger album that I'm working on day by day, but just kind of putting out just, like, little ideas that I've been feeling in songs for the most part, in little packets. So it's like, this mood here. This is what I've been dealing with this last years with different vibes. So
very cool.
If you're just joining us, we're sitting down again with RZ Shahid. It's always a treat to have you in the studio.
Appreciate it.
You can follow him at RZ Shahid X. You can follow us at SunDogs TC.
Listen to RZ Shahid anywhere you're listening to your music. Check out our YouTube channel, SunDogs TC.
And you can find SunDogs Present Local Vibes on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor.fm. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SunDogs Present Local Vibes. If you're just tuning in, we are sitting down with RZ Shahid. That is the roboticized version. And your rep sent over... Your rep sent over 2 tracks that we're going to get into here in about 10-15 minutes. But we kind of cut you off as you were talking about what's on the horizon. And you brought up the phrase living life. Mm-hmm. Have you been taking more advantage of travel? What do you consider living life? You were talking a little bit about martial arts before.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny though. It's bogus that I probably travel more in the midst of, like, the lockdown than I had my whole life. Like, I don't know.
Where to?
Been to Tennessee multiple times. Went to Vegas multiple times. What? When I was talking about shooting, like helping with Zion's last video shoot, or one of them. We were in, like, South Dakota, like, took a road trip out there, and then even just driving, up north in Minnesota, just doing my own thing. So for a while, I was just free living. So definitely traveling.
You're not a van guy, are you?
I would be down for it. I'm not opposed to it.
He's not a van guy yet. That's the name of the next project. Van guy.
The van
And it'd be like Man of the Woods, Justin Timberlake. You're wearing the flannel, man.
Hey, man, I do that. I got a little RBs, bust that out.
But how important is that to your artistry, to take those breaks, to kind of absorb life, to...
Pretty good. I mean, it's definitely wasn't that good. I said that's not the question, but it's pretty important. Definitely pretty important, at least for me. Like
is it a noticeable difference when you don't?
Yeah. I mean, I feel I'm like, the way I guess create too is like, even with like JTTX to the EPs after that, because I think I haven't really dropped a full project since then, because JTTX was like 15 songs. So after that, like, I made that, lived life for a while, then maybe had a couple of singles I put out, then worked on whatever project, like a little 4-track EP that one time. So for me, it's like living life, doing things I want to do, making time for that, so I'm not just always like, all right, next project. I'm always creating, but I'm not necessarily always like hell-bent on like making sure. It's hard to explain. Like, I'm not in the studio 24/7 as much as I might like to be, and if I am, I'm not necessarily always just working on like making music. I'm thinking about maybe different ideas I got for clothes or films, or maybe diving into production, or maybe just studying the music business. Like, so I'm always in it, even if I'm not like currently working on an album, even though I feel like you're always kind of working on your next project without realizing it.
If you're breathing, you're getting inspired. So yeah, it's definitely
diving into stuff like you're talking about, like the martial arts. Been doing Muay Thai, which has definitely been fun and releasing. And I'm weird. I like to take a beating sometimes too, so that's cool. Like, just hitting stuff or like sparring and stuff has been cool. For a while, when it was warm out there, I was going to Chance York's, but going to his yoga classes like twice a week all summer. So I'll be messing with yoga and like meditation heavy. Nice. And actually recently in living life too, recently like rescued this puppy.
Nice.
So what's the name?
Xana, like Xanadu.
Oh my gosh.
Has it been part of any promotional materials yet?
I wouldn't say it's promotional material. Definitely been, they're popping up in my story every now and then.
Right.
So people seeing
racking
seeing
up the social media numbers with
But
the
you
puppy
didn't,
posts.
you didn't bring the puppy in front of the dope camera.
Kind of actually. I don't know. I think Connor might have been doing some of that. So we got like little footage. Like it was like a live photo of me and the dog too, where like I got her on the leash and she's like walking up to the camera, walking back, and stuff like that. So
well, SunDogs like the pups.
We do. We really like them. So if it's a cute pup, we might need to borrow it
or give it a little dog tag.
Get a little dog tag.
Yep.
We'll make it a SunDog, a little honorary SunDog.
A little bow wow. Bow wow for the bow wow.
Did you grow up with any pets, or is this your first pet?
This would be my first pet, actually. I had like fish. I was weird, and I had like African clawed frogs, which are basically kind of like fish, but they're frogs. I had sharks.
They got claws?
So the African clawed frogs?
Yeah, look them up. Like they like.
We're looking it up right now.
They like basically stay. I think you have to leave like a certain amount of like space for them to come up and get air. Like they're like a dolphin or some shit.
Oh, they're in the water.
Yeah, they like mainly stay underwater.
Oh, so a little bit more water.
Yeah,
I've had a lot
of aquatic
They look
animals.
a lot more chubby and round than I was expecting. I was expecting them to look mean.
Where the heck do you get an African clawed frog?
I don't even remember what.
TC Reptiles, baby.
I forgot where I was. There was like I used to be. I'm still into them actually. I just haven't had like the room for it as I would like. But like it's aquatic animals. But cause we used to have I had like pet sharks and like. Not like big old sharks.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah, exactly. I'm picturing Scarface.
Nah, like I had like pet sharks that all like ate each other, and then we had like betas. The African clawed frogs. I used to want like newts and like salamanders. I thought those were cool.
Oh yeah, what are those weird
axolotls?
Axolotls.
You know what that? I'll show you real
know
quick. My buddy's got 2 of them, and they're crazy.
Yeah,
it's
funny. Dope word, and there's
so they're underwater.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like what the newt looks like, low key. And just without all the extra stuff.
So yeah, there's the black ones. There's like the hyper pigmented ones, and then there's the hypo pigmented ones.
To get me one on the low.
Yeah,
I've always wanted like a newt and like something like along those that like live in the water. I thought those were like the coolest things.
Yeah.
I used to want to be like an animal explorer. Like growing up, I wanted to be that dude in like the rainforest and finding animals and stuff.
And more land-based or sea-based?
Definitely land-based. I mean, at the time, I wasn't like, I definitely wouldn't now sea-based. I think it'd be cool. I mean, I'd be
maybe even like a bog or something to be able to find those newts.
I'm trying to do a lot of different stuff though. So, I mean, cool scuba diving, travel out there. I'm trying to skydive. I'm trying to do all that.
My friend, you're a polymath, if you've ever heard that term.
I have not heard that.
It's like a Renaissance man.
No word. Yeah, that'd be me.
Have you ever seen the film The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou?
I have not seen that.
You gotta catch that flick. It's
what we're going to.
Wes Anderson film, if you're familiar with Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
But yeah, all about exploration and all about keeping that. What I think we all overlook as artists, this childlike sense of wonder. It's not only the life that we live, but with the art that we make.
Oh, that's real. I'm a very curious individual. So,
yes.
What's that?
Give us a call, 651-313-5125. We're sitting in the House of Curiosities, SunDogs and RZ Shahid.
Yes. That's real.
More information, can be found at RZ Shahid X. That's RZSHAHIDX on Instagram and Twitter, and at RZ Shahid on Facebook. RZShahid.com as well. Gotta give love to the AOX, the artofxanadu.com. ARTOFXANADU.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Gwen Stefani isn't going in my head.
A-N-A-N-A.
And with this new studio space, how recent, sort of jump around, but how recent was that? Did you have to do home studio during COVID?
The studio space, we just got lit like within this last month. So,
oh my goodness.
We're in November, so beginning of November, or either late October, beginning of November, something like that. But either or, it's been like a month and a half.
Nice.
Cool. Outside of that, when I was doing stuff, I was in the corner of my bedroom, so I had like my keyboard and then a little desk there, my mic a little right behind me, my little chair, so I was turning around, and my bed's right there.
But that's all you need.
So now I definitely got more space in my room. So.
And not having a bed or a comfy couch is nice.
It's definitely nice. It like forces me to make sure like if I'm So I'm tired. I'm like, I might go like a walk or something like that. And it's kind of cool going downtown, so I can like kind of go stroll around for a little bit if I want to, then come back.
Instead of just watch movies till you fall asleep.
That's really what the issue was. Being like, at the crib, it was like my TV's right there, PS4 is right there, bed's right there.
It was like, while I'm looking up this question I had on the internet, I might also check out a YouTube video.
That's actually, I ain't gonna lie, I was
Internet holes.
binge watching Ball is Life videos. Like, that's what I be doing in my room.
Oh man.
Ball is life.
What do you play on the PS4?
I haven't been gaming as much as I used to, but I play this game that I mess with heavy called Dead by Daylight. It's like a
scary.
Actually, and I'm a nerd too. I be watching like gameplay on YouTube and stuff like that too with that.
But it's like you got the Discord ready to go.
I should. I might when I get that time I might start like hopping on Twitch or something like that.
I mean, is it zombie waves until daylight?
It's like a killer, and then there's like 4 survivors, so you gotta like repair. I think it's five generators, and then like the exit doors appear, and you have to like pull them down in time. But the killer's trying to get you and hook you onto their hooks.
And the killer's a player, and the prisoners or escapees are players as well.
Yeah. So it's all like, it's like an online
game. 5 people or however many. That's cool.
So you got like a killer, they might be in their own little thing, and then you could have like a party of 4, or you could be playing with 3 random different people, and then you all help each other out. Somebody gets hooked, you gotta go rescue the person off of the hook, and then...
And I would assume it's pretty graphic.
Yeah. I mean, yes. You put somebody in the hook, so yeah, I guess. But it's not like it's like it's not all that going on.
Okay.
It's a fun and like anxiety-ridden game, but it's like really fun. It's like, oh, the killer's coming. Oh, they got like a Scream on there and Michael Myers on there.
Oh, that's right. It's got all like the
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Eraser head or the needle head or whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's crazy how they find a way to make the games fair now. That's like the new trend I've been. So it's like they try to make all the players as different as possible, but somehow it's still fair. Or like it's one guy versus everybody, but still it's fair somehow.
It is pretty fair. I mean, if the players are trash and they're gonna get
right. So, that game reminds me of like NFL Street.
Yeah.
Because how long it takes you to like recover from getting your ankles broke is the same thing when they throw that thing in front of you. It's like, it shouldn't take me this long. Like I'm button mashing. I get it that I'm blocked, but come on, let me.
Well, we'd love to check out this new studio space, whether it's for a brainstorming session or just to lay low. We got less than a minute till we gotta go into these tracks.
Oh, man.
We're starting it off with Blue Pit and ending with Sim. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about Sim before we end the show with it?
Sim is a short, might be like a little 2-minute track, but it's just, I thought of like, in that track, it's called Sims. I thought of the game The Sims, how you kind of like, feel like we're like in a simulation, like being like controlled dangerous. So that's kind of like the idea I got of it. So I was like stuck in a little simulation, moving like Sims. That was also produced by Seymour, and then Andre Marriott on the mix and master, and then Blue Pit, Andre Marriott produced it and mix and mastered that too, and then that's about my love life.
Oh, there you go.
More information can be found at RZ Shahid X, RZ Shahid X on Instagram and Twitter, RZ Shahid on Instagram, SunDogs, TC, RZShahid.com, artofxanadu.com.
Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Yeah, look into my eyes, you might just get surprised. Lil' mama know I'm wise, I might just be your prize. Intuition got you feeling like I might be right. Corny, be too appealing, try and be my side. Dig into your treasure while I ride your wave. What quiet sentence, fight intention, then let's misbehave. No wasting time, no time to play unless you tryna play. Just close your mouth and give me action, show me what you say. Yeah, I know I got you weak, all about the action. of the sheets. Bet we got it on repeat. Shorty talking rounds like a boxing ring. Got me falling in deep, and I might drown, putting you to sleep. Telling me just for me, let me find out. Shorty wanna creep. I'ma take my time, no, ain't no need to rush. Baby, ain't no need to fuss, just tell me when you had enough. All this entree in my face, I promise I ain't getting stuff. Ain't no villain, find your one improving, go and call my bluff. Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Dive into this water, tryna die up in the stream. Working for the perfect sight. Got it in my beam, had a long day. This my favorite way to blow off steam. Whispered in my ear, this is what I saw inside my dream. I love it. Mother Nature meeting the mankind contentions with the roots. Feeling my way up in your spine, yeah, let's rendezvous. Back into the crib, you know the time, dinner for me too. Lay back and then unwind, enjoy the ride, the twists and turns, the roller coaster. Can't be too loud because the others don't believe in ghosts. I never been the one to brag and never mean to boast, but got a stroke that's in the waves across to all the other coasts. Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Told lil' mama, no, I ain't folding for no book. I'ma be lonely before you get me on some foot. Ignorance creeping, but I'ma need you in a full split. Rumbling crazy, got it on lock like a blue pit. Searching for time, such an illusion, so hard to find. Thinking about all the mountains I climb. Got so much love and respect for the grind. Being searching for time, such an illusion, so hard to find. Thinking about all the mountains I climb. Got so much love and respect for the grind. Don't care if they notice him. Jump off, you sink or swim. Control you like a sim. I feel it's getting grim. Don't care if they notice him. Jump off, you sink or swim. Control you like a sim. I feel it's getting grim. Sit and realign, just like spine when we recline. Now I'm wondering about time, thinking what the is time. Manifest, I won't waste mine. Got too much here on the line. Past tense, weight on the shoulder. Future clear inside my mind. Think about revolutions, clearing pollution. Clocks ticking on doomsday, need a solution. Saw what was done to our dogs, see retribution. Put the phone down, homie, go on and do some. Dealing with that aura all day, get out my way. Floating with the way of the world, been high all day. Nothing's ever promised, you deserve to stay. Watch these hands move as their hours molding like clay. Being searching for time, such an illusion, so hard to find. Thinking about all the mountains I climb. Got so much love and respect for the grind. Being searching for time, such an illusion, so hard to find. Thinking about all the mountains I climb. Got so much love and respect for the grind. Don't care if they notice him. Jump off, you sink or swim. Control you like a sim. I feel it's getting grim. Don't care if they notice him. Jump off, you sink or swim. Control you like a sim. I feel it's getting grim.
This has been another fantastic episode of SunDogs Present Local Vibes, your weekly broadcast podcast bringing the most Minnesota rap and R&B and the best interviews to the airwaves.
Catch new episodes live every Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. Listen on 94.1 FM WFNU in the Twin Cities, on wfnu.org/live, the WFNU 94.1 app, and stream live video on our YouTube channel, SunDogs TC.
Replays of SunDogs Present Local Vibes are Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. on 94.1 FM WFNU WFNU, Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on 98.9 KRSM in the Twin Cities and on the KRSM radio app.
Your favorite interviews, local music, and exclusive content can all be found anytime on Spotify, SunDogs Present Local Vibes, on YouTube, SunDogs TC, and on anchor.fm/local vibes.
Keep listening local, have a great weekend, and until next time,
Bow wow!